Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Friends, family, and guests, good afternoon, and welcome to Providence. I want to begin by thanking some very special people in my life. I want to recognize my mother and father. All I can say is thank you for everything that you've done. You are my heroes, and everything as I do is to make sure that all of your efforts and all of your sacrifices were not in vain. Los quiero mucho y me siento tan orgulloso de los dos de ustedes. Gracias. Thank you to my sister, to my brother-in-law, my beautiful nephew and niece. I love you so much, and thank you for always being by my side. Thank you, Stephanie, for being with me every step of the way, and for inspiring me with your courage and your strength. I love you, baby. My parents came to this country to work in our factories and to strive for a better life. They chose Providence because this city offered them the promise of steady work, and it was a community that would embrace and welcome them. They came to work hard. They made sacrifices upon sacrifices to build a life of even greater opportunity for my sister and for me. My family's story is also Providence's story. From its founding, Providence has been a city that offers the promise of a new beginning. And generations of families, just like mine, have come here in search of the same promise, ready to make the same sacrifices that our families have made. Exactly 4 decades after my family arrived in this country in 1975, with little more than the shirts on their backs, we stand here proudly as a family on the steps of City Hall as an example of what dedication, sacrifice, humility, and industry can help us achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, the American dream is still alive, and it is our responsibility to see to it that it endures for generations and for families to come. Most of the factory jobs that once existed, slowly yet surely, they left our city, and they changed who we are in the process. We are no longer the industrial city that we used to be, but that's all right. We have to build a new Providence, along with a new economy, a new identity, and a new purpose. I stand before you with great optimism that by coming together and capitalizing on the many wonderful opportunities that our city offers, we will build this new Providence. Now, doing so will not be easy. Providence is still regaining its footing in the wake of some of the most challenging financial times that we have seen. My predecessor, Mayor Angel Taveras, led our city with great distinction during these times. I thank you, and Providence thanks you, Mayor Taveras. And we thank you for making the important decisions that our city needed to move forward. Your leadership over the past 4 years, along with the leadership of Council President Michael Solomon and the entire City Council, has been steady and inspiring. and Providence is a better place as a result of the work that you have done. As I take office, we still face difficult times with projected deficits in the upcoming years. Council President Luis Aponte, honorable members of the City Council, as we work together this spring to pass our first budget together, we will do so knowing that tough decisions and fiscal restraint will continue to be necessary to ensure that we remain on firm ground. And as we work together with a steady hand, let us remember that no city has ever cut its way to greatness. Now more than ever, we must be creative, we must be resourceful, and we must work together to launch our city forward. Providence's prosperity depends upon us, and I am confident that together we will seize this moment and provide the leadership that our great city deserves. And as city leaders, we know we can't do it alone. I thank our state and federal leaders for their presence and for their constant support. Governor-elect Raimondo, Majority Leaders DeSimone and Ruggiero, the esteemed members of Providence's state delegation, and our most esteemed federal delegation, I look forward to aligning our city, our state, and our federal priorities to bolster Providence's standing as a city of new beginnings and opportunity for all. And just as with our state, I believe that the city of Providence is on the cusp of something remarkable, a spring of renewal and reinvention. It's said that the secret to change is to not focus on fighting the old, but instead to focus on building the new. We are going to build the new in Providence, and we are going to do it, and we are going to do it so that every one of our residents benefits. And we're going to do this together, and we're going to begin by making Providence the city that works. The people who live, who work, and who visit our city deserve a government that is transparent, that is ethical, that is accountable, and easy to navigate. Too often, when faced with red tape and outmoded ways of doing business, people shrug their shoulders and say that's the way it's always been done. In my administration, that's the way it's always been done will never be an acceptable answer, and we will always seek new ways of doing things. We have to start from the bottom. We have to start from the bottom up and engage every one of our public employees. We will ask them for their ideas. No matter how small or how big their ideas, we have to give our employees the chance to change and improve our workplace. I believe we have it within us to bring the change that we deserve. We must do a better job of listening and create new opportunities for me, for my staff, and for my department directors to spend time in our neighborhoods listening to residents' concerns. And this will allow us to provide city services in a way that almost goes without notice. It will be a priority that we build a new Providence by building a city hall that just works. I want potholes to be filled even before they're reported. I want our building permits to be ready for pickup even before the date they're due. I want a parent to plan her morning knowing fully that the school bus will arrive on time. All of this is within our grasp, and it's these nuts and bolts that are the precursors to having a strong city. And in my administration, they will be a priority. And it's vital that we bring these kinds of changes to our school department as well. Over the past few years, the Providence schools have begun to show important signs of progress. But I've become convinced that what's holding us back from being a truly excellent school district is not a shortage of great ideas or a shortage of great people. What's holding us back is our ability to execute on those great ideas and to support our great people. We also need a school department that just works. And beginning immediately, my administration will audit the organizational structure of the Providence School Department to make sure that the crucial resources are not tied up in bureaucracy and central administration, but are making their way to the schools and the classrooms where they belong. Frankly, our future depends on it, and our children deserve nothing less than a city and a school department that just works. Given the heavy tax burden that our residents have borne, we deserve first-class city services and schools that we can feel proud to send our children to. Now, a friend of mine often says that we can do anything, but we cannot do everything. And that's true. And what that means is that we have to be strategic and intelligent and build on our inherent strengths. Luckily for us, we have many assets and resources to build upon here in our city. Everything we need to become a successful city is already here. We will build the new Providence from the raw materials already at hand. There is no better place to start than our working waterfront. With a deep water port and a deep water channel, the port is significantly underutilized and ready for renewed investment and attention. As mayor, I will lead the effort to double Providence's imports and exports and create good-paying, blue-collar jobs that offer a real path to the middle class for every one of our residents. We will link local businesses with international firms. We will take part in trade missions. We will work to foster lasting business relationships, and we will connect Providence's economy to the rest of the world. Our waterfront, our highways, our rail lines, and our international airport are our gateways to vast global markets. The new Providence, with its diversity and its homegrown, intrepid entrepreneurship, will lead the way to this new commerce. We have so many opportunities and so many strengths. Aside from our waterfront, we are so fortunate to have world-class universities and research hospitals right here in our city. We have the human capital and the talent base that are the envy of the entire world. Whether it's all the gifted young artists and designers at the Rhode Island School of Design, or the master chefs of tomorrow studying at Johnson & Wales, or the many talented and idealistic young people studying at Rhode Island College to become teachers, or Brown University to become doctors. We have world-class talent right before us. But unfortunately, after graduation, too many of our college graduates cannot find a job and sadly leave our city and leave our state. As mayor, I will lead the effort to reverse the brain drain in our city and state so that more and more of our talented graduates can choose to stay and live right here in Providence.
What's the deal? You educate here and then you go somewhere else. What the hell? You know what I mean?
We will create new internship opportunities to connect our students to our local economy. We will bolster our startup community and invest in innovation. And we will engage the greater Providence business community, along with our great institutions, to be partners as we create and mold our new economy. Governor-elect, City Council President, my administration stands ready to work with you and also with our leaders at the State House to develop the 195 land and beyond. In the next 4 years, we have the chance to lay the foundation that will sustain our city and state for the next 4 decades. Let us seize our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reimagine our cityscape, to leverage our strategic strengths, and develop our new economy. Now, Providence is also blessed to be widely admired as one of America's finest cities for the arts, for culture, and for cuisine. We must remember that creativity is the currency of our times. Our small city punches far above its weight when it comes to arts and culture, and it's part of who we are. We are the creative capital. It's in our DNA, and it's what makes us special. In my administration, the arts will be integrated into every aspect of what we do, from the economy to our schools to the vibrancy of our neighborhoods. The arts will be at the heart of everything that we do. So let's be sure to support our local and organic arts scene, because when it fully blossoms, it will return the investment and the favor tenfold. Artists are not only here, they help us challenge convention, but they also enrich and enliven our souls. As mayor, I will tap into this creative energy and lay the foundation for an arts and culture festival that will draw visitors from across the nation and showcase all the great talent that we have right here in our city. And this festival, I'm happy to say, will begin this summer, and it will be a wonderful weekend to be in our city. And we have so many other strengths here in our city. Our diversity, our historic architecture, our beautiful parks, our quality of life, and much, much more. We can do anything, and we have all the ingredients for success right here in our backyard. And in order to build this new Providence, we have to recognize what a charming and fantastic city we have in our arms. We must have concrete plans, but that alone will not make us great. I firmly believe that the future of our city depends not just on bricks and mortar, but on the intangible element of building pride in our city, pride in Providence. We all want to belong to something bigger than ourselves, a city, a team, a tribe, something that inspires us to be greater than what we thought we were capable of. I believe the new Providence depends on a shared sense of community, a shared sense of responsibility, and a shared sense of potential. And this is how we are going to achieve it. We will instill new hope and instill new pride in our neighborhoods by preserving our historic properties and by rehabbing our abandoned and blighted homes. Providence was hit hard by the foreclosure crisis, and in fact, no neighborhood was spared. We still have between 500 and 600 abandoned homes in our city. That is 500 and 600 homes too many. As mayor, I will take bold action and lay the foundation for Providence to become the first city of its size without a single abandoned or boarded up home within our borders. How does that sound? We can do it, and we will do it. Let's be rid ourselves of this blight. Let's bring life back into these houses. Let's put contractors back to work and families into our homes. And let's bring pride back to our gorgeous neighborhoods here in Providence. And those who know me know that sports and recreation are also very, very important to me. As mayor, I will lead my team with the vision of making Providence the fittest, healthiest, and most active city in all of New England. We will reap the benefits that all that this provides, because sports and recreation touch so many of the things that we care about. Let us address childhood obesity by encouraging recreation and physical fitness with our kids. Let us showcase our beautiful parks by drawing families to walk, to run, and to do Zumba in our public spaces. Let us create camaraderie by starting a City Hall softball league and chess club. Let us enhance summer learning by connecting our recreation centers with our school department. And let's reduce violence by supporting midnight basketball leagues and other activities for our young adults. In short, let's create an active and adventurous culture and bring people together from every walk of life to instill pride in being literally part of a bigger team. And all of our goals, they will only be possible if people feel safe and secure to live and to work in our capital city. In fact, it's impossible to have pride in our city if we don't feel safe. I believe that every family should have a family doctor, a family dentist, and a family police officer. As mayor, we can clap to that. As mayor, I will restore and strengthen community policing and continue to build relationships between the community and law enforcement. And as we do so, we must recognize that the stubborn persistence of crime will only abate once we truly address the very conditions that give rise to it. We must work with all of the tools in the toolkit, because we know that stopping violence requires a full community effort. From our teachers to our legislators, from our employers to our coaches, and from our parents to our priests, we all have a role to play. To truly address these issues, we must invest in real economic development. Real economic development that benefits everyone, from the corner office to the corner store. And we must support our small businesses, and in particular, those that hire within our city, such as our many women and minority-owned businesses. And we need neighborhood schools. Neighborhood schools that engage our parents and bring together entire communities. We need a culture of excellence at every school, and we need to invest in school infrastructure so that every child sits in a classroom that inspires her to learn. We need to prepare our students for life after high school. And one thing I am convinced of is that we cannot and that we can never quit on each other. We need mentorship and we need workforce development. Whether you have a clean record or you're trying to get your life back together, we are all on the same team. And we need a public transit system that meets the needs of our diverse community. We want a city that's on the move, with people on the move. A city where you can commute without owning a car, where you can bike to your favorite park, and you can walk to your local farmer's market. We need a clean city and a sustainable city, from composting to community gardens, from solar panels to bike share programs. We want to think globally, but act locally, to be good stewards of our land. This is my vision for a new Providence that we can all be proud to call home. We will achieve this vision, and we will rise and succeed, but only if we rise and succeed together. We've faced our share of challenges here in Providence, yes. But the proud people of Providence have risen to every one of these occasions. We live in a city that is 140 years older than the United States of America. Providence has persevered through everything from the American Revolution to the Industrial Revolution, the Great Depression to the Great Recession, from the hurricane of '38 to the blizzard of '78. And we have risen through every challenge that history has brought upon us. And as we rise yet again to meet the challenges of today, let all of us here in Providence keep our heads held proud and high, and with our arms locked together and ready for the new challenges that will come our way. As I take the oath of office as Providence's 38th mayor, I feel truly humbled by the confidence placed in me to lead our capital city. I take great comfort in having so many genuine well-wishers and supporters, and I pledge to work with every single person and work at every single moment and take every single opportunity to make this city great and to make you all proud. We stand at a crucial moment. I will not shrink because I know you will not shrink. We will build this new Providence, a city that works, a city of great strength, a city of great pride. And we will build this city together. We will rise and succeed the only way that we know how, as one Providence. Thank you so much, everybody, and God bless.